Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to show and tell number 59. It's been a doozy of a week again. I am exhausted. Yeah. I don't think there's any other way to explain how the week has gone aside from just exhausting. So we're going to look at pretty stuff. This is my 7th time trying to film. I've been interrupted repeatedly and just lost my brains trying to talk to you guys. So I want to look at pretty things and just talk about those. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So in a separate video, I have filmed the Easter cards that I have done. That will hopefully be up on Saturday, assuming I get this up today, which is Thursday. My normal sit down to film and talk to you guys. If you guys like silver jewelry, I highly recommend going and checking out the clearance that Belk has. Little Kit Kat sitting on moons. They have some really good deals in their silver jewelry, and you can order online, and their shipping is relatively fast still. You get these for like $12, I think. And they're sterling silver with sterling silver ear wires. Yeah. So, what do I have finished? Well, last week I only had 2 hats done, so I did skip my show and tell last week and just stuck with like the 80 bajillion videos I had put up already. So, now we have 5 hats done. But I have other stuff to discuss with you guys, so it's not all that bad. First hat is this one, and I cannot remember the name. I think it's like Pebble Stitch hat or something like that. I will have 4 out of the 5 hats linked down below, so you can go check those out. There'll be 2 knit hats linked and 2 crochet hats linked, but you'll understand that in a second. So this is using Wool Ease Thick and Quick in thumbprint. And it used almost an entire skein of this. It is a post-stitch hat. So it's well, you can't even tell because it's so chunky. You can't even see the chunkiness in the back. This is my next yarn up for review. This was another viewer requested yarn. So I did order 4 balls of this from Hirschner's. And that was delivered last week. So I did get started. I will be doing a knit hat. Like I said, I have 4 of these. I'll do a knit hat next, and then whatever's remaining, I will do a cowl or a scarf with it to coordinate to one of the hats. Whew. The next hat up is the Canadian Crocheters No Name Post Beanie. I have not woven in my ends. These 2 hats are using Lion Brand with Love in Blue Hawaii. And super simple. Loved it. Worked up super fast. Love the pie wedge spiral increases. This is a crown down hat. That is the way I prefer to make most of my hats. Well, crochet. I prefer to knit top up, cuff up. And I prefer to crochet crown down. I need to keep my hat knot hates hats separate. This is just a random texture beanie that I started working on in the car, and just there is no pattern to it. It uses camel stitch, post stitch, and front back post stitches. That's it. And I just went out in a spiral to where I needed to be for size. I did not increase on this post round. I used my camel stitch round to increase that last round. And it's a little small for my head. So I can't really try that on for you to show you how that looks. Words. So the next 2 use Red Heart Chunky in the color blue And this is a waffle stitch beanie. I chose this one because, I mean, the waffle stitch is a super basic stitch that most knitters can do without thinking. But I liked the way she did the crown decreasing on this one. It continued the pattern up into the wedges a little bit. Like I said, if you've been with me any length of time, you know I really like interesting decreases. So I like them to be neat and tidy and pretty. And the last hat I did is a Lomond hat, and I will have this link down below. If you've been with me since the beginning, I don't think I may have done one last winter, but I've done a number of these over the last couple years. I really love this hat because of the way it splits in the back. So I'm one of those weird people that cannot stand having the back of my neck cold when I go out, but at the same time, I can't stand my hat to get tangled with my scarf, my collar, my coat collar, my shirt collar, and all that. It makes me feel claustrophobic and like I can't move my head around. So this is one of my favorite hats to fix that. Also, when my hair was longer, if I had a low ponytail, it could fit out through the split in the back. If you are newer to knitting and have not tried short row shaping, this is an excellent hat, even though I missed my wraps on the side. And you can see the little knot that created. You can see this area right here looks different. And that is because in order to get it to slide down the back of your head, for the way the hat fits, but not have it, you know, sitting way back here on your head, you needed a little extra panel that runs right here on your head, and it just perfectly curves around the head. It doesn't look that much different. But it's a brilliantly designed pattern. So if you're looking for something where you can increase your stitch repertoire and learn something a little bit different, it's an advanced beginner technique. It's not a hard technique to do short rows. This uses the wrap, W-R-A-P, wrap and turn. I kept hearing that when I was a beginner knitter and kept thinking rapid turn, wrap and turn. Short rows. This is a very easy way to do it because you only have a wrap and turn twice on each side. And it tells you exactly where to do it. Perfect every time. So Lomond, excellent hat pattern. And you've just got, you know, a seed stitch and then your garter stitch. And the increase on it is a standard, or decrease on it is just a standard decrease. So it's a very, very simple hat. Plus you get to learn one little extra stitch. So that is all my finished projects. So the next thing I want to discuss with you is acquisitions. Now, unfortunately, oh, no, never mind. Not unfortunately. I still haven't moved it upstairs. So my only acquisition for this week is my mini maker bag of the month club from Christy Cook over at Tea Doddles. So I missed the first 2 months. So this was the first month I was able to jump on. I am a huge fan of Christy's bags. I will leave her Etsy site down below, and I will link her YouTube channel down below. So she is an absolute sweetheart. She's another Southerner. I kind of miss seeing her on Zoom because we used to talk about pickling. This month's theme was trying to keep going even though monkey's trying to throw a wrench in your work. It's kind of her general theme. She has a whole video dedicated to explaining the theme and her choices and stuff like that. She did apologize to those of us whose monkeys were off on the side with the little wrench in his tail. That doesn't bother me because I think it looks like he's trying to be all shifty and shady, like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I don't know why that tickles me, but it does. And the extras for this month were a little notebook. Oh, that's where that went. Some pencil erasers to go with our Ticonderoga pencil. And if you're not one of those weird, like, stationery snob people, Ticonderoga by Dixon makes one of the best sharpenable pencils. The lead in it doesn't break very easily or wear down very fast. And They're just a good quality pencil. They sharpen very well. The lead is almost always in a solid piece throughout the whole pencil. Some of us are stationery snobs. Or it's just stationery obsessed. We got a Focus T. Some washi tape. A pencil sharpener. And the cutest little stitch markers ever, because as you guys know, I'm a little coffee obsessed. So we have a caffeine molecule progress keeper, which I think that's going to have to go on a bag, but I'm not sure what bag to put it on. Oh, technically 3, because she did use the light bulb pen over here, but that's a whole nother. And then the other progress keeper is a little monkey and a little wrench, which I think is stinking cute. And all the stationery things were in this little pouch. She sewed this up on her sewing machine. This is just scrapbooking cardstock. I'm trying to keep this to the side because I'm planning on putting that in another one of my journals. I'll probably put it in my Faith and Action journal, which I still haven't started. I got a late start on my Easter cards. So, like I said in that video, if you don't get an Easter card from me, you'll probably get a spring greeting card. That's the goal, at least. The pollen is driving me nuts. I just went out to go get the mail. Every time I walk outside, it gets in my eyes. My eyes start watering, which makes my nose run, which makes things fall into the back of my throat. And that makes me cough. It is very gross. And every time I go out in public, like to the grocery store, because that's the only place I go anymore, I'm waiting to get maced with Lysol because I sound kind of icky, and the longer I'm out, the worse it is. And to get to my post office and anything but my normal grocery store, I have to go through at least one construction zone, which, while it's not raining, like, the dust has been insane going down there. I did want to discuss with you guys one of my whips, because I am really proud of how this is turning out. Many, many, many moons ago, many moons ago, I knit myself some sweaters. I did a horrible job for various reasons. Some were just, why did I make that pattern? Some I chose the wrong size in the pattern. Some I didn't do gauge swatching or gauge checking at all. Some turned out bad because I didn't block my individual pieces, so seams ended up way tighter than they should have been. I think that brown sweater is really what kicked my butt into gear when it came to blocking more regularly. But this is a first because of the style. This is a raglan top-down sweater. I've got my sleeves on waist yarn over here. This starts at the collar line, and I will come back and put in a ribbed neckline on this. You can see my little sleeve holes here. Whoa. You don't really realize how big parts of your body are until you like look at an armhole like that and go, oh, that's going to be way too big. And then it fits and you're like, dang it. But I am just below the bust line. I have started the waistline decreases on this. I've done my first set for my size. I want this to be about 3 inches below my tushy. I've got 13 hanks and I'm on 3 and 4 alternating into this. So, I mean, I guess I've used probably 300 grams in here already. Or just, where's my hank? Yeah, these are 100 grams. So I've probably got about 300 grams in the sweater already. This is what it looks like. This is the Woolies hand painted from Lion Brand. The main reason why I wanted to discuss this real quick is A, I'm very excited and I'm very, very happy with how my sweater's turning out. And this is going to be gorgeous. It's the Geldies pattern. It's free on Knitty.com. I think it is part of the either fall or winter 2015, but I could be wrong. I will link it down below. Right now, a lot of this yarn is on clearance at Walmart.com. Now, I have noticed a couple Canadians mentioning that they're, or Michaels.com, not well. It's just that kind of week. Michaels.com. I have noticed some of my Canadian friends mentioning that they have seen this in store. None of my Michaels have ever carried this in store. But I ordered mine last year from Lion Brand Direct. I do know, it was about 4 weeks ago when they were running the 5 for $10. A number of the colorways were part of that. So it is being clearanced out, at least for the season. Very nice to work with. I really like Woolies. It's one of the Lions from Lion Brand that I've worked with quite a bit over the years. So I'm really, really excited to see that they've got something that more mimics the hand painted. They do also have a line called Haven, which is a 100% nylon yarn. I think it's DK weight, and it's like speckled. Also really pretty. I've got some of that somewhere in one of the bins on that side. But yeah, I had 13 hanks. I caked up 10 of them. I'm on 3 and 4 now. I'm so sick of allergies. And I've probably got like another month left to go while this is still so lovely. If you can take nasal sprays like Flonase and Nasacort and stuff like that, like, I'm jealous. I can't take any of those. They make my sinuses bleed. Which is just a whole nother level of yuck for somebody like me. But yeah, very, very excited. These are on clearance for like $3 on Michaels.com. So if you're not on a yarn ban and want to go grab some, I would highly recommend it. They're really, really pretty. This is the colorway Lavender Honey. That's what I'm using. But I've also got like Candy Apple, Stormy Skies. There's something else I've got over there. I bought mine last year sometime. I don't know if I ever shared that haul on here. I was ordering something else, and I may have discussed those specifically. But I can't remember. We will have a bit of a yarn haul on here coming up, hopefully next week. One of you guys, Sandy, who is a regular commenter and subscriber to my channel and to many of the other knitting and crochet channels, specifically requested that I do the lower price point Plymouth yarns in review. A, to change it up, and B, because there are a lot of those that are some of her favorites. So I got some Plymouth, and I got some of the Cascade yarns in that same price point that my LYS doesn't carry. And I did want to go ahead and mention this now before my box gets here. I did order because I've already been more or less self-distancing and not going out unless I know exactly who I'm going to be with. My friends, by and large, are generally responsible enough to know if you've been exposed directly and you are aware of it. Don't invite people to your house. So we have seen some people personally over the last week. After this week, that will probably stop. But, it's been in groups of about 5, nothing, no wild parties or wild nights, just small groups. But general public places I have very much been avoiding. The only place I've been going is the grocery store and the post office, and that will continue now. My LYS has been off limits to me. They have still been open and doing quick shopping, like if you know exactly what you need, run in, run out. They've postponed knit nights and hanging out time, but they're still open for business. But Plymouth Yarns and Cascade Yarns both have a very budget friendly line that your LYS might actually carry. And with this pandemic, one of the biggest businesses that's going to be hit by having to be closed all the time is going to be your local mom and pop shops, which would include your LYS. So I would like to encourage you guys at the end of the pandemic, or if y'all still have things like this available for shopping for you, going and checking out what they have, because not everything is super expensive or, these super high quality, high end fibers, luxury fibers. A number of them do carry the Plymouth Baby line, which is a premium acrylic line. Cascade has a premium acrylic line. I think it's called like Cherub. They also carry some acrylic cotton blends that are in that range of under $8. But the ones I'll be doing from both of them, focusing primarily on, are the under $10. And it's dry, and every time my head vibrates, things are... I love how, okay, so my eyeshadow was actually brown when I started off the day, but the pink around my eye out here, that's allergies. Staying hydrated and keeping my throat moist is very important now. What was I saying? Totally lost my train of thought. Most of the yarns I bought will be more Hats for Hate hats. I did buy one higher end Plymouth yarn that was on clearance, and I wanted to discuss their seasonal flavors. Both companies do seasonal releases. So there'll be a lot of summer weights coming out right now, or have come out in the last month. And you'll see a lot of winter yarns that are being clearanced. If you do not have an LYS, I ordered mine from Webs. So you feel more than free to go check them out as well. They have some amazing deals right now. Their shipping is delayed because of the COVID-19 virus. So when I get that box in, I will walk through what I got and just sit down and discuss with you what those are like. Have I used any of these before? There is one that will be a shawl, probably for myself, based on the color I bought it in. It's not a fiber I would normally donate, unless I knew it was going to... It's something I gift, but not necessarily donate. So I did want to let you guys know that is something to look forward to. Saturday we will have Easter card videos with my first 20. Let's see how many I've got. Let's see. First 24. So we'll be sharing these, and I will discuss how I felt about the paper pack, which is almost a thing for me to share with my quarterly wrap-up information. I don't think there's anything else really to... I'll probably have another video or something having to do with Easter cards and spring cards after the one on Saturday. So, as always, my next review video going up will be the Lion brand Woolies Thick, or not Woolies Thick and Quick, Mandala Thick and Quick. While it is on sale, if you were wondering, my first impression is it's nice. It works. You have to like bulky yarn. This is actually super bulky, I think. Yeah, this is number 6. A lot of places have this on sale right now. I've seen it as low as $2.50, which is actually a really good deal. It's 150 grams, 87 yards. So not a whole lot of yardage, but if there hadn't been a knot in this ball, which I think was just, there was a knot, I just grabbed the wrong one for the first one, it would be exactly enough to do this hat. Which, I mean, that's not bad for a ball of yarn. But yeah, if you like super bulky yarn, so far so good. It is acrylic, 100% acrylic, I think. Yeah. So I would say, based on the quality of their acrylics that I've worked with before, this would be something you're safe doing a blanket out of also. So while it's on sale, if you wanted to go ahead and get some. If there's something else you would like me to put on the list of things to review, like I said, it'll be Mandala Thick and Quick is up next. Then we'll start working with the Plymouth. I don't want to call them bargain lines, but cost-effective lines, more cost-affordable lines of yarn. Then we will do Cascade. And I'm going to see what I can find locally. I do have a number of yarn stores within a 45-minute drive of my house. So I will see what I can find at the LYSs here in Cascade. The one I normally go to, which is Tangled on Main in Waxhaw, North Carolina. They do carry Plymouth and Cascade. I did not order from them or buy from them specifically because I am trying to limit my contact with the general public. Other than that, let me know what you would like to see. Bear in mind, I do not like kitchen cotton. I've reviewed it a couple of times on here, but I'm not a huge fan of kitchen cotton. Other than that, I am pretty much game to try and review anything that's on your list to review. But it will be a while because I think I've got 5 different yarns from Plymouth to talk about. I did one ball of all the blues. And there's DK and Worst Weight. And then I got 3 balls of the Gina and 3 balls of the more premium line that was on sale. Anyway. I'm trying to make this more efficient and effective, and I'm just failing left, right, and center because I'm just sitting here babbling at you guys. So I am going to go ahead and go. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff that I'm really bad at reminding you to do. If you have a suggestion for reviews over the summer, leave a comment down below. Feel free to email me, contact me through Instagram. I generally try to get back with you fairly quickly. I did get notice that our winner of our last giveaway should have her book now. I hope you're enjoying it, Monica, and I will see you guys real soon. I love you guys.